Well, Betty, a lot of excitement here in Coast Region for NASA supporters. That the coalition is here, of course, ready to move along and try and crisscross parts of the Coast Region to try and hold a firm grip of the region. Of course, understanding that this was a region that they voted overwhelmingly for in the last two general elections. At this particular juncture, what we know is the fact that NASA has divided its team. It has actually split its top brass into two, so that one team is actually crisscrossing Lamu and another one in Kilifi County. And specifically in Lamu County, there will be at Garsen, Witu, and Lamu. And the team that will be in Kilifi County will be in parts of Kaloleni, Mariakani, and also Rabai. And I will be following, of course, those campaign rallies to hear what they have to say. But largely, NASA is out and out actually here in the Coast Region to try and hold a firm grip of the region. They voted, the region voted overwhelmingly for this party, for this coalition, for the opposition actually in the last election, and they will be trying to redefine that and ensure that they hold that grip. Of course, faced with that challenge of countering the effects that are coming from the Jubilee coalition. Jubilee has been in the Coast Region, of course, with all the intentions of snatching votes from the coalition. In the last election, they managed to garner at least about some 20% of the votes that were cast then, and this time around they are all eager actually and very committed to increase that tally to some percentage, so that they are able to make a point here, a political point in the Coast Region. The big question in this race down here in the Coast Region, Betty, as you may be knowing, has everything to do with the big, the vexing land question. Jubilee has time and again said that they have the solution to resolve the land question. Of course, we've seen their efforts of trying to issue title deeds. We've seen them trying to reach out to groups that appear to have been forgotten, like the Makonde people of the South Coast, all in a bid to try and assure Kenyans down here that they can be able to give the solutions of the land question. But NASA has of course been contesting this move, saying that the Jubilee is trying really to superficially address this particular matter, and all they're doing is to try and scratch the surface through issuance of title deeds. But the underlying land issues here, like the expired leases and all factors land, have not been properly addressed, and that is what NASA has been preaching to supporters down here. Therefore, quite a huge contest, Coast Region being one of the most important political blocks that will be defining the presidential election. That is why we are seeing the two top coalitions all set to really try and muscle for that particular contest down here. And important also to note is the fact that NASA appears to be spreading that, or rather applying a formula of trying really to reach out the Coast Region as much as they can. That is why we are seeing them split their brass so that they are able to cover as much as they can, Betty.
All right, there's something very interesting that you mentioned, and the question really, another one, is how much is the impact, if any, that has been felt with the Jubilee trying to make inroads at the Coast Region. It has been, like you mentioned, an opposition stronghold or zone, but from the people you talk to, political pundits on the ground, and what you've been able to also analyze as our appointment there, is there anything that NASA should be worried about?
Well, of course, Jubilee considers to have somehow actually convinced the region that they have stakes in that particular political arrangement, and that is why we have seen them, of course, convince political leaders down here to cross over from the opposition side to Jubilee. Quite a number of them have crossed from Lamu County, all the counties actually, Tana River, Kilifi, and even Kwale, and even Mombasa. We've seen some leaders crossing over to Jubilee, and they feel that being that some of these some of the top political class here in the region, they feel that they have managed to convince this lot of people, and that is why there is some air of confidence from the Jubilee side that they are making some serious ground here. But you speak to pundits, you speak to people down here, most supporters actually who contest that particular notion say that the opposition is still the political house to beat down here in the Coast Region, given the kind of issues that they have been saying that have not been addressed time and again by the government. And that is why there is a tendency of really trying to side with the opposition. The opposition has been keen, of course, to try and scuttle these efforts by the Jubilee Party. And that is why we have been seeing the top coalitions, Raila Amolo Odinga, the presidential flag